G'day guys, this afternoon I'm out on a wild dog job. It's nearly dark, I won't muck around with the camera too much. Let's see how we go. Rifle of choice tonight is my custom Tikka chambered in 6mm BR. I've got a Shawmac Industries suppressor on the front. I always get asked, yes obviously I've got the permit required for that. Scope on the top, I'm running a Thermion 2 LRF XG50, so 3x base mag. It's really good on these dog jobs. And I'm shooting 87 grain VMAX reloads on this one. We'll jump straight into things on this video. I came out through the week after a call when they were having trouble with these animals. Straight out in the paddock, and I managed to get a dog down in a reasonably short time with the thermal gear. Let's have a look at that kill shot and then the dog, and we'll jump into tonight's hunt. Bingo, one puppy. That's our range there, 176. See if it comes in a little bit closer. That's a wild dog on the deck, not mucking around with the cameras too much on this shoot. We've just looked up and seen an animal moving across a gully, headed in front of it, then couldn't pick it up. Looked and looked and looked for about 5 minutes. We did have a heat source up on the timberline, but we weren't sure what that was. We actually think it was a rabbit just behind some bushes. Took about 5 steps forward, another quick look through the scanner. Here's the dog laying down facing away from us, about 100 metres away. Not to waste any time, dog down. In the scheme of where things are, this is from the back of the car. That timberline up there, centre frame, is where I shot that dark dog the other night. And I know they do filter through there. That whole hillside, there were dogs howling up in there as we walked in on that particular animal. So my plan is I've got to get the wind a little bit better. I'm going to scoot over to the left on that hillside and then come along the timberline and drop down into that little bit of a valley or a V that you can see there and see if anything comes in when it gets dark. No, it wasn't me, but something's definitely had a chew on a chicken there, that's for sure. I've got into my little hidey spot and behind a log and a couple of pallets that one of the other guys that shoots here has stacked up in the past. Thank you to him for putting them there. It's a really good windbreak. It's pretty cold, as you can see. I've got the beanie on already, not even dark. It's snowing up on the mountains. Plan is, I'm just going to sit here until it gets dark and probably a few hours after and see if anything filters along this tree line. Hopefully it does. Not quite sure what that is there. Pretty sure it's a roo. Yeah, that's a roo. Cheeky fox filtering through down here. 250 metres away, he's safe for now. Wonder what he'll think of those rabbits though. No, not too much, he's going to go the other way. Cheeky fox up here chewing on something at the moment. If he comes any closer, I might hit him with a subsonic, but looks like he's going to make an escape. Something that I do use in the Stream Vision 2 Pulsar app is this motion detect. Those little boxes you can see there. The scope's picking up motion in the field of view. So I've got my phone hooked up to the scope on Wi-Fi and on vibrate. So anytime I get motion out in that direction, it buzzes in my pocket. I just put it in there. I've got it out now to get a bit of video. Now why I do that is I can point my rifle in one direction on the tripod and pick up anything alive that moves within that screen, and I can look out the back or over the other way with my thermal scanner and look around in that direction. It just sort of covers, I won't call it the back door because that's primary shooting direction, but it just allows me to focus on other areas, and I look down at that screen if it does start to vibrate. Unfortunately, I've got a heap of little marsupials jumping around out there at the moment, so I don't mind seeing them, but they are setting the motion detector off a fair bit, so I'll just have to deal with those. Hopefully they chew on whatever they want to do and go away, and that motion detect picks a dog up as it comes into the field of view. You guys probably won't hear it, but about, I'd say 500 to 800 metres that way, I've got a couple of dogs howling down there. Fingers crossed they filter up in this direction. They might not. They are frustrating things to chase, but we'll see how we go. That's very interesting. Those dogs that were howling a couple of properties down, there were just 2 gunshots. So, best of luck to whoever fired those. I hope you connected with what you were aiming at. I've sat in this spot for about 4 hours now. I think I've done well considering the weather. It's bloody freezing. and those gunshots further down. So I'm going to pack my gear up, try and hug the tree line and wander out back in sort of a big horseshoe shape towards the car. It's really bright moonlight tonight, so we'll have to get up on that timber line. We might get a vagrant animal wandering around or coming through. They definitely do travel on this hillside, but let's see. I can see an animal up on this hillside about 250 plus metres away. I can't tell what it is. It looks like it's laying down. It could just be a wallaby or a kangaroo. It's up in the rocks in Lantana, so I've got a little bit of shade over there from the moonlight, so I'm going to go and jump in that timber, try and get a little bit closer, see if I can get some ID on what it is. At the moment, I just don't know. 160 metres away now. I'm pretty sure it's a dog, but pretty sure isn't good enough. We don't want to shoot native animals and we don't want to shoot livestock, so I've got to make a bit of a decision here whether I give the whistle a bit of a rasp or just wait it out and see if it gets up. That was certainly a niggly one and a really good example of what can't be achieved with thermal. So ID can be really difficult, and it's important that you do take the time to get that right. Otherwise, you're just going to shoot things that you're not meant to. Now, should I have blown the whistle on that animal? We'll never know. But when I did, it got up and it was a dog, so a little bit disappointing there as I could have shot at it stationary. I ended up having a crack at it on the trot. Did I connect with it? Well, I think that's more ass than class. You probably didn't hear the big thud, but I did. Let's go up and have a look. As you'd imagine, I'm reasonably happy with that, and so's the property owner. That's a great outcome to come here 2 times and get 2 dogs. It's very unusual for that to happen, but they have spooled up in the last probably 6 to 8 weeks in this area. So it's a young female dog, probably 1 or 2 seasons old. It's a great animal to get out this time of year. It is breeding season. That's why they're a little bit more active at the moment. So yeah, great ones to get out of the system. I won't show the other side of it. I've hit it through the chest and it's got about a 2-inch hole through it from that VMAX, so definitely tore it up, to be blunt. I can't probably put it any other way, but very ethical, dog down. If you did like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Ensure you subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it if you'd like to have a look at my Patreon, and I'll see everyone next time.